I'm Thiersch, Jefferson County. Speaking of information being made available to the public, and it brings me to my topic. Last week, there was a rather, I guess I have to say, discouraging meeting that you gentlemen held. 45 minutes, you heard information about the topic of electronic records. And of course, I was optimistic, as usual, at the beginning of that presentation, that he might actually start to take some action on the subject. I'm sort of pleased that you set aside some time for discussion. Unfortunately, what I heard as the discussion went on was more and more discouraging. Very lopsided, one-sided, and I have to say, without aiming to be insulting, under-informed discussion of the topic. Heard a lot of bad information, and well, of course, there was no opportunity for the public, including myself, to provide any input, which is also kind of discouraging. I don't even know where to start. There was so much bad stuff said during that discussion. But let me try to draw some analogies. And I'm afraid it's going to take several weeks for me to talk about this 3 minutes at a time, but I will persevere. You know, when you're doing a remodeling project on a house, well, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here with the county's records, trying to get you to remodel the way that you do business. Right now you do business on paper, and I want you to do business electronically, at least in terms of the archives, the permanent records of the county. So when you're doing remodeling on a house and you open up a wall, you always find some surprises. You always find some stuff that's pretty ugly. It's really, no matter how many remodeling jobs you've done, it's pretty ugly stuff. You find mold, you find rot. Well, what we found last week was some pretty ugly stuff in terms of the way that you guys are doing records right now, much less electronic records. We learned that you have no business continuity plan for the county, so that if a disaster were to strike any of the facilities in which the county's records are stored, why, there would be no backup, no alternative solution. That's what we were told. So that's kind of distressing, don't you think? That you're not even currently keeping the records that you need to keep adequately stored and safeguarded. Electronic records is not a panacea, but it is a way to ensure business continuity for the government by allowing you to inexpensively keep records in multiple copies at secure disaster recovery sites. So we'll talk about this some more next week, but I'm just getting started.
Thank you,